Hi everyone, how are you guys doing? Thank you so much for being here and practicing with me today. My name is Daniela, if you are just new checking out my YouTube channel. And I want to thank everyone for being here, joining me in the class today. If you have your yoga mats, let's begin. Just want to mention that this class is for everyone, but thought about those who are sitting at the desk. They work at the desk all day. So this is great for you to go home and undo everything while you're working at the desk, maybe hunching or keeping your legs on the chair so you are in constant flexion. But yeah, this class can be for everyone. Again, if you have your mats, let's begin our practice. Coming into a modified child's pose. So bringing yourself on the hands and knees, separating the knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching, sit on your heels, and then just bring your forehead down on the mat for a couple of breaths. Resting yourself, making sure your head is supported. And if you have a block nearby and your head is not completely down on the mat, then just use that block to support your head, or maybe use a pillow. Resting here, finding a space in between alert and relaxed for just 3 to 5 breaths. Relaxing facial muscles and inviting yourself to your practice, inviting yourself to the yoga mat, inviting yourself in this present moment. And just breathing, making sure during your practice all the time today you are reminding yourself to breathe, just breathing in and out through the nose, taking a cleansing breath, only if you need it, sometimes letting go out of the mouth. And 2 more breaths here. Exhaling. Sitting against your heels, letting your tension leave the body. One last. And exhale. Beautiful. With the next inhale, press yourself up. Hands and knees. Bringing yourself to a tabletop, bringing knees under your hips and bringing yourself to the shoulders, spreading fingers on the mat. And turn the right palm to face you, spreading the fingers on the mat just to warm up our wrists a little bit. And maybe if you were typing all day, we will undo all that. Making sure you're not collapsing in the shoulder, not pressing too hard. One last breath here. And then making a fist with that right hand, close and open a few times, and then shake your right hand out. Do the same on the left. Turn the left palm to face you, still spreading fingers, gently trying to stretch that elbow, not collapsing in the shoulders. 2 breaths there. 1 more. And then making a fist with your left hand, close and open a few times, then shake your hand out. Turn your fingers towards you, point the fingers towards you, still spreading fingers. Heels of your palms are facing the front of the mat. You're gonna come forwards gently and back without lifting the palms off the ground, not collapsing in the shoulders. Just 2 breaths, moving forward and back. 1 last. And then coming back to center, turning the fingers to point towards the sides of your mat. Heels of your palms are pointing towards each other. And then again moving side to side here. Just a few breaths. Coming back to center, your fingers will be facing towards the inside, towards each other. Heels of your palms. Just waiting for the helicopter. Heels of your palms are towards the sides of the mat and moving left and right once again. Palms are completely down, not lifting off the mat, not collapsing in the shoulders. And then a few more rounds, you're gonna let your palms lift off the mat, just the fingers down. So I move to the right, left palm it's lifting up, stretching the fingers. Palm down, move to the left, right palm lifts up, stretch the fingers, make sure you're not collapsing down. And 1 more round to the right, 1 more round to the left. Back to center, adjust your tabletop and prepare for a first downward facing dog. Tuck the toes in, inhale, knees up, and exhale, press back, pedaling your feet for 5 breaths. Rolling shoulders away from the ears, spreading fingers on the mat, keeping a long neck, heavy head, sharpening sitting bones back and up. 2 more breaths here. 1 more. And then finding stillness in your downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, I always say removing a lot of stiffness, stretching your calf muscles, stretching your hamstrings, your outer hips, and also build strength in the upper body. When you are ready, inhale yourself forward to a plank position, moving through our Vinyasa, exhaling all the way down on the belly, releasing the toes, interlocking fingers at the back, stretching the arms back and up, and on your inhale, lift everything up. Upper body, legs and arms. Your legs and arms are moving to the back. Your heart is coming forward and up. Shoulders are away from the ears. And you are breathing. You don't stop the breath. And when you're ready, release. Hands are coming back in line with the chest. Tuck the toes in. Press yourself back up to a plank and exhale. Downward facing dog. Open the mouth maybe and let go. Gazing at the top of the mat, right foot steps in between, left knee down, low lunge, inhaling your arms up, shoulders are not lifting all the way up to your ears. And again, we interlock hands at the lower back, maybe changing the interlock of the fingers, stretching arms back and down, inhale heart forward and up, lift the arms away from the ground only as far as you can go without collapsing forward, pressing right toes, heel inside, outside of the foot on the ground. Your back knee, it's not on the same track with the front heel. Just breathing. 1 last breath there. And releasing, inhaling arms up, exhaling, framing right foot. Extend the left leg, step back to a plank. Moving through a chaturanga, all the way down on the belly. And again, interlock your fingers at the lower back. Inhale, everything lifts up simultaneously. Pointing toes back, shoulders away from the ears, arms up as well, going to the back of the mat. 1 breath there. Exhale, you release, hands in line with the chest, press up, tuck the toes in, plank and exhale, downward facing dog. Wonderful. Gazing to the top of the mat. Low lunge on the left side, left foot steps in between, right knee down, inhaling arms up. Exhaling, we interlock. Stretch your arms back down. Inhale, heart forward and up. Always protect your lower back by inhaling, upper body away from the lower back. I also keep my back toes in for a better balance. I don't collapse in my lower back. I don't collapse forward. I relax my breath. 1 more. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, we frame. Tuck the back toes in, extend the right neck, and step back to a downward facing dog this time. Sharpening sitting bones, lengthening upper body, spreading fingers on the mat, long neck, heavy head. And when you're ready, gazing to the top of the mat, hands are coming slightly to the center of the mat, stepping feet outside your hands for a yogi squat. Toes out, heels in, bring the hands at the heart in Namaste. Gently pressing elbows inside the knees, relaxing the breath and not holding the breath. Never holding the breath in a practice. Breathing. 1 more. Make sure you're not collapsing in the lower back. And then when you're ready, we're gonna twist to the right, releasing right hand down on the mat. Right palm comes in front of your right toes, gently resisting upper arm against the inner knee. Inhaling down, exhaling left arm up. Follow the left hand with the gaze. If the neck is okay with it, not crunching the right side of the rib cages and not collapsing in the right shoulder for just a breath. And then we switch. Releasing left hand down, left upper arm inside your left inner knee, palm in front of your left toes, press the ground away from you, inhale down, exhale right arm up. Again, you're following the hand only if the neck is okay with it and you're not collapsing forward, knowing that you can skip all of this and just hold your yogi squat, using a block as well under your hips if your hips are not all the way possible to open them that much. You can just sit on the block to begin with and then removing the block little by little. You will be able to do this. Exhaling to release. Hands in front of you, press yourself up, bringing the feet parallel to each other, hip apart, and exhale, you fold. Inhale, flat back, using your lower legs if the floor seems to be too far. Plant the hands down on the exhale and step back to a plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lowering all the way down on the belly, toes out, interlocking fingers at the lower back. Inhaling for our Shalabhasana, pointing toes back, arms back, heart forward and up. Relax the facial muscles. Try to keep the legs as close as possible. Don't let them go sideways. Making sure this doesn't hurt your lower back. And when you're ready, release. Hands in line with the chest. Press yourself up. Plank and exhale, downward facing dog. Again, open the mouth. Side it out. Spread the fingers on the mat. Sharpen sitting bones. Lengthen upper body. Beautiful. Knees down on the exhale. We're going to move into a modified side plank. So coming onto your right knee, right hand, step the left foot sideways, right wrist under your right shoulder. Inhaling your left arm up, arch of my left foot, it's in line with my right knee. Not collapsing forward, four corners of the left foot pressing on the mat. You're going to again gaze up at your left hand if the neck is okay. Not collapsing in the right shoulder. And maybe just a couple of breaths. Exhale your left arm above your left ear, reaching towards the top of the mat. Giving a break to that side of the body. If you were crunching, sitting on the desk and maybe collapsing on that side today, just give it a nice stretch. And then when you're ready, bring the left arm back up and all the way down. Coming back onto your hands and knees, doing same on the left. Turn onto your left knee, left wrist. I'm still spreading my fingers, wrist under my left shoulder, and I bring my right arm to the sky, arch of the right foot in line with my left knee. I don't collapse in the hips. Maybe looking up at your right hand if the neck is okay with it. And just breathing. Staying here for 2 more breaths, or maybe exhaling, right arm above your right ear. Energizing that arm, reaching for the front of the mat, not crunching, just stretching nicely. Right side of the rib cages. 1 more breath there. And when you're ready, right arm comes up and all the way down. Turn back again on the mat onto your hands and knees, tabletop, moving back to a downward facing dog. Toes in, inhale, knees up. Exhale, press back, spreading fingers, sharpening sitting bones, lengthening upper body. And when you're ready, gazing to the top of the mat, right foot steps in between. High lunge this time, your feet are hip apart. I keep my left knee off the ground this time and I inhale. All the way up, interlocking fingers again at the lower back, stretching arms back and down, inhaling heart forward and up, keeping tailbone in, not collapsing in the lower back. Just a breath here, right toes, heel inside, outside of the foot pressing down, kick through the back heel, releasing the arms on the inhale, exhaling, warrior 2, left foot step sideways, arms are coming parallel to the ground, gazing towards the right, tailbone in, sharpening the fingers, and pressing outer edge of the left foot into the ground. Breathing again, always breathing. It's the key. 1 last breath there. And then when you're ready, inhale there, exhale, frame your right foot, pivot the back heel up, and step back to a downward facing dog. Spreading fingers, 1 breath only here, before doing the same on the left. Gazing at the top, left foot steps in between, high lunge on the other side. Feet are hip apart or wider. Inhale with control, come on up, hips are in one line. Interlock the fingers at the lower back, always trying your best to change. I am going with the most unusual for me this time. Left index on top of the right, stretch the arms back and up. Left toes, heel inside outside of the foot, pressing down, kick through the back heel. Keep the tailbone in, relax the shoulders. Just 2 breaths here. One more. And when you're ready, release the arms up on the inhale. Exhaling, warrior 2. Stepping right foot sideways, arch of my right foot in line with the left heel, gazing to the left, tailbone in. Hang on, sharpen the fingers. 2 breaths only. One more. And when you're ready, inhale there, exhale, frame the left foot. Stepping left foot back, downward facing dog. Gazing to the top. Step upward, jump your feet in between the hands. Keep them hip apart. And exhale, hold on to the opposite elbows, making a frame for your head. Soft bending knees. Hang it here for 2-3 breaths. Letting your neck be long and your head heavy. Beautiful. Make sure you always breathe. And you relax in the poses so the benefits of the pose can come in. Shoulders are totally relaxed. One last breath there. And when you're ready, just a head up, inhale. Exhale, release the hands down and step back to a plank. Chaturanga. All the way down on the belly. Interlock the fingers at your lower back. Simultaneously on the inhale, lift everything up. Pointing toes back. Upper body comes forward. Heart and forward and up. Toes back and back. And making sure again, lower back, it's okay with this. Holding just 2 breaths. And when you're ready, release. Hands in line with the chest, toes in, press up plank. Downward facing dog, exhale. Knees down on the exhale again. Pressing yourself up on the hands and knees, preparing for a camel pose, Ustrasana, keeping the knees hip apart. Make sure to use 2 blocks at home if you need it, or tuck the toes in to bring the floor closer. Never collapse the hips down. Inhale, always upper body away from the lower back, making sure you never hurt your lower back. So if you're ready, elbows in, supporting your lower back, heart forward and up. I'm going to keep my toes in today. Feel free to do the same or let them go out. If you already practiced many times, you handle this pose slowly with control, releasing one hand at a time. Heart forward and up, hips forward, looking up at the sky or ceiling, not dropping the head down to choke, and not collapsing in the lower back. We hold here for 3 to 4 breaths. Or even 5, but always reminding you if my countings are too long, you can always release. Final 2. One more. And then slowly bring the hands back at your lower back, lift yourself up, bring the knees together and sit on your heels, arms behind the back, Balasana, child's pose. Stay for 5 breaths. Opening the mouth, maybe letting go if there was any tension. Hopefully your lower back is okay. Always remind yourself to work with the body, not against. So if any of the poses at any time feels uncomfortable, you must skip them or try tomorrow again. Don't force yourself in any pose. 2 breaths here. Relaxing the jaws, relaxing facial muscles. Just let yourself be. One last breath here. And then slowly bring the hands in front of you. Press yourself up. Hands and knees, and walk the knees in between your hands. Sitting, extending the legs in front of you. Taking a Dandasana pose. So feet together, heels together. Outer hips roll to the inner hips. Hands by the side. Not collapsing or arching or rounding. Just a neutral spinal. Even if the floor is too far, just come to a cupcake hand. Pushing through the heels, pointing the toes up. Relaxing the upper body. Engaging the legs only, stretching the legs. One last breath here. And then maintaining that in the legs. Inhale, arms up, neutral spinal. Exhale, you fold. Removing any roundness from the upper body before you fold. Shoulders away from the ears. Paschimottanasana. Couple of breaths with a relaxed upper body. Soft bending knees if you need. 2 more breaths. One last. And then head up on the inhale, and on the exhale, release. Come forward on your mat without collapsing or dropping. You're going to lean back on the mat, hugging knees into the chest, rocking side to side. A couple of breaths, making sure your lower back is down, and you give a little massage to the lower back before taking a little twist here. Finding stillness. When you're ready, arms extends out, letter T. Drop both knees towards the right. Elbow, feet down, everything down. Right hand on top of your knees, gaze to the left, trying to keep the shoulder blades down, making sure this is not hurting lower back. 2 breaths only here. One more. And then on your next inhale, everything come back to center. Gaze on knees, extending right arm back out, and doing the same on the left. Both knees are coming to the left elbow, left hand on top of the knees. You're gazing up or gazing right, keeping the shoulder blades down. Relaxing the legs, the feet, the upper body. Few more breaths there. Last one. And then everything come back to center, hugging knees into the chest. And rocking yourself to a seated. For your final pose today, Savasana, I really recommend that you bring your legs up the wall. I'm gonna do that for you. I'm just going to find a place to do that. And take your final Shavasana with the legs up the wall. I also recommend that you, if you have time, stay even 20 minutes with the legs up the wall, making sure your lower back is always completely down on the ground. And if you don't have time, what I normally do, I stay 5 minutes to relax for Shavasana, and then the other 15 minutes, maybe you can take a book, read, or you can answer to your emails, or you can do something in those 15 minutes, keeping your legs up the wall.